name is Jarius. I'm from the Bronx, New York, a place where beauty and pain shape my perspective. Like the culture, the creativity, despite the odds, made me proud to be from the towns. But I also know the poverty, the violence, the disenfranchisement. I've witnessed misinformation spread in our communities to mislead us, to exclude us, so only a select few can eat, while the rest of us fighting each other for crumbs. Our company, New York Touch.
I want to give a shout out to New York Touch.
New York Touch, y'all.
And our show, People Over Politics, was created to empower young people with information and resources to reclaim their voice, to reclaim the city, and demand accountability from those in power. We're focused on the issues, but more importantly, the solutions. We the ones we've been waiting for, People Over Politics. We linked up with a community leader and Assembly member raised out in Harlem, Reverend Al Taylor. We chopped it up about what it's like to fight, to endure, to grow. And through his growth, he's helping change the community that raised him every day. And we with it. So check it out.
New York Touch. Listen, I'm gonna give him $5. I told him I was giving him $1 for that intro. He definitely earned $5 on that. It's going down $5. Welcome up to Uptown,
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Now that I'm in your home, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about where we at right now, what we looking at.
You're in the heart of Harlem.
Okay.
Others would differ, but since I represent the 71st and soon the 9th Councilmatic District, you're in the heart of Harlem, the beat. This is Mitchell-Lama Complex. This is middle class income. This is the place that you wanted to live when you were coming up in Harlem.
Yeah.
I've lived here for a number of years, and if you look right back here, that's FDA Academy, but as a kid, it was a junior high school, so I went to high school there, junior high school there, and down on the block, one block south, is where I pastor a Mennonite church. So I get to live, work, and pastor. I love my life.
I love it.
That's what's good.
I love that for you. Since you've been here, you probably got stopped by like 20 people all saying hi to you.
But thank God they got some good looks, because they will tell you, this is what I love about Harlem. They'll give you their opinion, unsolicited. And they'll tell you like, baby, you know, I like what you're doing, but that's some foolishness. Or some of them just come straight Willy Bobo and cuss you out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, folks will always want to approach you. And if you're an elected official and you're non-approachable, you're in the wrong business, you're in the wrong community. I love my residents here. Here's the thing. The young people need to know they need to be engaged in the political process. And I say this, Jarius, because from the time you were born to the time you die, your life is legislated. People are making decisions about you. If you don't like something, you know, talking to your boy and blowing on a blunt ain't gonna change it.
That's right.
You have to be engaged in the political process. And we fought tooth and nail to make sure if you've been incarcerated and come home, you are restored to the right relationship. You can vote. You can do those things. Find out what's happening. Be a part of the community board, but you can't complain if you're not in it.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point, because like you, I was born and raised in my same neighborhood. I live in Carl. I still live there.
There it is.
And I wanted to get more civically engaged, so I joined my community board.
Yes.
And just a lot of entities in the Bronx to kind of know about what's going on. And to ask you, you were born and raised here, lived here for a long time. Do you feel like your experience growing up here kind of like tailors your politics and how you see the world?
Yes. I think my past experience helped me in the space to be oriented, if you would. So I wasn't born in New York. I was born in North Carolina. Big shout out.
Fire.
Tar Heels.
Tar Heels,
Come
yeah.
on, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Y'all hear me? But I grew up here in the city.
Love that, okay.
And so for me, I remember Harlem when it was full of life, vibrancy. The businesses were black owned.
Yeah.
The community was predominantly black. And we had our eras where we went through heroin, then we went through crack. Now we're going through, what do you call it, gentrification?
Yeah.
Right? So that's what happens in our neighborhood. And so we have to fight. And if you're not at the table, then you're going to be on the menu. So it's important. Young people, no disrespect. Get involved.
Yeah.
So if I were DJing right now, I would hit you with James Brown. Get involved, get up, get it. Check out his music. His music was not just to give you funky beats and move your feet, but it was educating you every step of the way.
Yeah.
Say it loud, I'm black and proud. I don't want anybody to give me nothing. Open up the door and I'll get it myself. That's what we talk about up here, Jerry.
Yeah, no, I love that too. And what do you like? How did you get started in the political space?
Okay, I left New York City at 18.
Okay.
Right? A high school dropout. I joined the military at 18. around here, things had started to get rough. People were dying every day. So gunfire and death of young people is not new in Harlem in the urban environment.
Yeah.
So I knew I didn't have an education, and I knew that if I died, I wasn't afraid to die, but if I died, my mother didn't even have money to bury me. And I didn't want them to knock on doors to say, okay, can you help me bury my son?
Yeah.
So I said, let me join the military. I'm going to join the military, and I know they're going to pay for the funeral, and it's going to be honorable.
Yeah.
That was my mindset at 18. Can you imagine? I never knew it was going to be all of this.
Yeah.
18, no high school diploma. I joined the military, and guess what I joined the military as? A military police officer. I'm like,
Okay.
wait a minute. You can't make this stuff up. Wait a minute. You've been in every precinct. You've had your own issues. I'm like, in a minute, they're going to look through it and they're going to say, yo, dude, we made a mistake. And I kept waiting for that shoe to drop.
Yeah.
And I graduated boot camp on my 19th birthday. And this is what I'm saying, age-wise, there's so much. Even if you had issues and you're 20-something years old, what's going on, baby? It doesn't prevent you from going further. So for me, I was like, okay, here we go. I'm 19. I'm driving a patrol car with a nightstick, a shotgun on the mount, and a 45 and a badge with no high school diploma.
You never thought.
Come on. Come on.
You
Never
thought.
imagine. A skinny, crazy angel dust smoker. So I'm saying we go through, but
Yeah.
we have to save our young people. And anybody listening to that, transformation is available if you're willing to fight for it. If you're willing to say, I want change,
Yeah.
people will help you. Don't give up on yourself, because that's the easy way out.
You make a good point, because I feel like a lot of the times people look at their past, whether they didn't finish school or they got caught on drugs or they got caught with the law, and they think their life is over. And I can't come back from that. And to hear, like, to read your story, but not hearing it from your mouth,
Dude.
it's crazy how quickly you can turn your life around if you really take control of it.
I don't want to say quickly, but if you're willing to endure, it can happen.
Yeah.
If you're willing to put something in and like you want change, because change only happens when you desire it and then go after it.
Yeah.
Wanting it and sitting in your room and never getting up to go get it, it ain't gonna come to you. It's not gonna happen like that. You gotta persevere. And there are people that will put their arms around you. Anybody that doesn't want to help you from my team, you holler at me and let me know. Because you have to be who you say you are, and the people around you have to be that DNA of who you are.
Yeah.
And too often people like I see people that like, I can't believe you're an elected official talking to me. Well, who am I that I can't talk to you? Come on. Where's the rule that says you don't talk to people? Oh, I'm like, you know what? They going down hard.
Oh, yeah.
They going down hard, son.
And I feel like in this journey of New York Touch and getting more politically engaged and meeting a lot of elected officials, I've seen that there's like kind of like a gate between elected officials and their constituency. And the second I noticed and I came here, the first thing I noticed about you is that there's no wall between you and your
can't be.
constituents. Like, they can literally stop their car right here and say what up to you, and it's all love.
Yo, Yo, Nick, don't get high on your own supply. You start sniffing your own stuff, you in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
You start smoking your own product, you in trouble. If you believe that, you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep it a buck.
Oh, yeah.
We have to keep it a buck. Always. And I'm country. I don't know no better. All I know is hard work and transformation. It happened for me. Maybe that may not be your story. But if you're willing, I'm willing to rock with you and walk with you.
I love that.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I love it, because we get to know a little bit more about the Al behind the role in the assembly and things of that nature. But just to go a little bit into about now you being an assembly member, what are some of your top priorities for your constituents, or talk a little bit about your time being here in the 71st?
Housing,
Okay.
safe streets, employment, and education. New York Touch, I'm talking to y'all, son. So if you don't do that, if you don't have the educational component, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, and I'm saying you have to be a college. Thank you much, man. Bless you, baby.
I told y'all this man is on fire.
So, but if you don't have education, and it doesn't mean you need a college degree, but at least get the high school diploma and then figure out a trade that we can rock with, or you can rock with, that'll take you there, because everybody doesn't have to go to college. Folks, y'all are looking at us and we're talking to you, and you think this is probably like a $100 million camera because it's so tight. Yo, it's your iPhone. It's a computer in your pocket. When I grew up, man, you better have a dime in your pocket to make a call. Now we have a phone that can do everything that's unimaginable. So technology is right there. If you're willing. So for me, education is important. Housing is a must. We've lost more people out of Harlem than any other community in the state of New York. There's 62 counties and people are leaving New York City in droves, predominantly black people, because there's no place to stay. They're going to Atlanta, they're going to Philly, they're going to Georgia.
You all got that family member that's going to the South right
because
now.
it's difficult and it's less affordable to be there than it is here.
Yeah.
So we have to change that narrative. So fighting for housing, the 145 project, we need to see that happen. But we need to make sure when it happens that it's beneficial to this community. You go away to college. When you come back, you want to be able to say, I want to put my stakes here. I want my roots here. Why can't I bring my family up in here?
Yeah.
Wherever it is. So we need to make sure we do that so people can stay here and earn good money and be able to afford to live here and not be priced out. We have to live as a community. And that means if there's some things that are not becoming, we have to correct it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this to you. If you're in the neighborhood and you're doing that rah, 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 and you don't want to change, change is coming whether you want it or not. It's got to happen. You tell me. So somebody's not happy. But anyway, there's always somebody that's not happy and unsolicited information, and he'd rather shout it from there than come over and have a conversation. But it's real talk right here on the street.
Always.
So again, if you're going to do that kind of work, then I think what you want to do is say to somebody, how do we bring this along?
Yeah.
You can't legislate it, you can't do it only by the police, but who's willing to come out and do some work?
Exactly.
Right? And it's going to require all of us coming to the table together and working.
We got to take ownership of our own community.
Exactly.
And actually have a stake in it and really try to see change. Because if you rely on the government or you rely on the police or you rely on anything to change it for you, it's hard to see the changes that you want if you don't put your work in or get your voice out there yourself.
Jarius, bless you, man. To God be the glory.
Always,
I'm not that smart, man.
I love what you said about like just listening to. Cause I feel like a lot of times when people get elected, they think they know what everybody wants automatically.
I don't.
But they bring your ear to the streets and hearing what the people want is really transformative.
Like me, I would love to have that brother come over and tell me what he think I haven't done. You want to invite him over? I mean,
What you like that for, bro?
no, it was just that one dude.
I know, I see that.
On that corner, they don't give me that. But I'm like, he's welcome to come over and like, yo, present your case.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't win them all.
No, and I
but
don't
at
try.
least I love the discourse and like, because I feel like if you're all the way over there shouting,
Yeah, just come over and tell me
and you got
what you
something
don't
to say,
like.
tell me what you got to say.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
I welcome. Yo, what is it? And I'm not gonna shout you, but tell me your point.
Yeah.
You can say you're right. How can we build?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's gonna take.
Instead of being enemies and combating each other, we need to work
How do we
together.
build?
Exactly.
How do we build? You may have an excellent point. You may be dead wrong or dead right.
Yeah.
Let's get it together.
Let's do it.
See.
Again. Appreciate your time again. Thank you so much.
Thank you all so much. Let's get it. New York Touch, y'all.